Welcome back, viewers, to the second episode of the Mazda build, brought to you by Rigs on Rigs. Now, this time around, we are filming in the Long Reach Caravan Park, and what better place to do it? So, without further ado, let's get stuck into it. Since our last episode, we've added a few new mods, mainly mods to do with our new camping trip adventure. So without further ado, let's get started and start from the front and work our way to the back. Now, there's one major thing that you'll notice up the front here, and it's this big bad boy right here. This is the brand new Uniden aerial. We've got the Uniden unit in there, which we'll show you in a minute. Not only did we get the aerial, we also got the Uniden swing bucket. The reason for this, when the aerial was put on there, it tilted forward, and because these bars have a slope, it created the aerial to go on a bit of an angle, which didn't look that good. So we had to get this little fella here just to straighten her out a bit, and it looks much better. This is the Uniden remote handheld unit. So all it has is the remote buttons on the actual handpiece itself, and the actual unit is tucked away up under there, and then plugs in to the dash fascia down here by the gear stick. Oh, sorry, shifter. This is the Uniden UH8060 SNB model. With the handheld piece, we just Sikaflexed it to the dash, therefore meaning it can be removed at any time without ruining the dash fascia. On the driver's side, we also have the brand new brake controller unit. This is the Redarc Tow Pro Elite, and as you can see, it has just the little dial which adjusts the brakes to whatever you need, and the rest of the unit is tucked away under the dash. Now, obviously for this trip, we wanted a dual battery system so we could run the fridge, because as you know, you need a fridge. Whoops, there goes my camera gear. We just got it sitting in the back there. Obviously we didn't have time to get the tub and the tray ordered before this holiday, so we put up our own dual battery system just to do this trip, which will then, we've got all the gear, it will just be moved into the canopy once we have it installed. For now, I'll show you what we've done. Down here we've got this little flap. This goes up, that's storing a few things in here, but down here is where our charging unit is. Now, as you can probably tell, we've gone with the Hulk charger. This is the 7-stage charger. This does the gel cell batteries, and it can also do lithium batteries if we ever choose to go down that path as well. Now, up in the back here is where we've stored our battery. So inside here is a battery box which has been ratchet strapped down and bolted so it cannot move at all. This again is only a temporary setup because obviously this tub is going. All this is doing is running the fridge for this trip. As you can see, we've just used Anderson plugs here, which is run by a 10mm cable, and which has got the 60-litre Waco in the back there. This is all we've got set up so far for our dual battery system. Obviously, once we get the tray and canopy, this system will be more elaborate and better. That is the basis of it. We are only using the gel cell battery, and that's all we'll be using in the canopy as well, with that 7-stage charger. Now these flies will F off. Now let's head downtown. So, right down under here. And under here is where you'll find our brand new diff guard. We bought this diff protection plate from JMF. The reason we got this is because the top wires for the diff locker are quite exposed and are very vulnerable to rocks or anything like that flicking up. Now that we've gone through the more boring sort of mods, let's have a look at the more cooler stuff that you probably saw earlier in the video. So as you can see up above, we've gone with the Rhino roof rack bars. Now the reason for this, well, there's actually two.
One, obviously for camping and that, we require the awning and the shovel, so having the roof bars there meant we could mount them up high and out of the way. The second reason, this vehicle is also going to be used as a work vehicle, therefore meaning on the job sites and all that sort of stuff, Dad may require ladders and etc. stuff like that, or longer items that can't fit in the back. Having the roof bars there means he can tie stuff down on the top and still complete his job. These roof bars are reasonably easy to install. Inside the vehicle's top liner there is actually pre-existing bolt holes where these bolt directly down into. It just takes a few hours, and after that you've got them all set up ready to go. As you can see, we are using silicone as well, just for extra sealing to make sure no water gets in the roof. As you can see here, I'm currently measuring the top bar that goes across because it slides along on the top of the brackets, and just making sure that it is even on either side. Now at this point you're probably wondering, why are we taping them together and instead just bolting it straight down? Well, with these you have to actually cut some rubber pieces which slide up on the inside of the actual bars. This stops wind noise, and unfortunately you have to get the measurements right to make sure that the bars are in the correct position. Therefore you can cut the rubber pieces to the exact length required. So we measured it all out and then taped it all together. Then we just take one off at a time, cut the rubber pieces out as needed, and then put them back on again. Once the rubber pieces are cut, then we just tighten up the bolts on the inside, which bolts the brackets to the actual bar, and then put it back on the roof again. Once we moved the vehicle outside because it wasn't going to fit under the roller door anymore, we installed the brand new brackets which came with the awning, and then we bolted up the awning as well.
It's just an old standard King's awning, nothing flash or special, but that was the job for this trip. Purely because I am actually camping in the swag this trip, not in the lovely caravan like my parents, and I needed some protection from the weather. So what better thought than use an old King's awning, and just we used some paint thinners to wipe off the old King's symbol, and well, you can't even tell. And lastly, we also installed some shovel mounts. These are the Rhino rack ones which have the lockable key. That way, when you're in the car park, you know it's not going to get stolen. And just like that, that's an official wrap of our second build episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. Obviously, a lot of the mods we did this time weren't game-changing or anything like that, but they were practical and were well worth the investment. Stay tuned, because next time round we will be, we'll be getting rid of those road tyres, that's for sure. Should be on up a bit higher, and we've got a brand new, taking away that tub, and brand new spanker going on the back. Stay tuned and we'll see you around. If you guys could also like, subscribe to our channel, it means a lot to me. That's obviously what keeps these videos going and pumping. Coming up, we've got obviously build episode 3 on this. And actually, I want to put it out to you guys. What do you reckon? With these new, obviously we're getting rid of these tyres. Where do you reckon we should go? Mud terrains or all terrains? Let us know in the comments below. Now, coming up also, we are currently on a trip. We're going from Victoria up to Queensland. So we're just doing a bit of a dusty track adventure series. So it's just a bit of fun and a bit of filming with the Mazda obviously in tow with the caravan behind us. More of a road adventure and that sort of stuff, so nothing too exciting, but that's coming up, as well as the brand new Rigs on Rigs face off, which is going to turn a few heads. Basically, I'll give a quick brief outline about that. We're going to do a bit of a rig on rig rundown, and we're going to do a bit of a face off, shoot off type of thing. So we're going to do a few competitions and all that sort of stuff, and put a rig on a rig up against head to head to see who battles it out for the championship. If that could just go away, thank you. And also we're going to do a full rundown video on the sniper injection system on my car, the Maverick. So that'll be coming up soon, as well as a brand new build that I recently purchased. So stay tuned, guys. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you around.